The All Things Sport podcast on Spreaker Radio.
What up? This is Pierre Banks, and when I'm back in Boone watching the Mountaineers, my first stop is always Mountaineer Mania. The good folks at Mountaineer Mania have the widest selection of app gear, so you can cheer on the Mountaineers in style. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, decals, cornhole sets. I mean, if you need it, they've got it. So head on down to Mountaineer Mania at 497 West King Street in Boone and tell them I sent you.
The All Things Sport podcast.
We go back like spinal cords and car seats.
With Damian Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio.
What's happening? Welcome back to the show. Again, I am your host, Damian Banks. Do me a favor, a huge favor. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian. That's SportsByDaimeon. Go to the website, banksboy.com. It's free. You can download everything on the website for free. Download this podcast, any old podcast. We have a YouTube channel. We also have a blog on the website, banksboy.com, for all your sports media needs. Okay, this portion of the All Things Sport podcast is brought to you by Triangle Entertainment Worldwide. Triangle Entertainment Worldwide is a company that provides services for upcoming artists. If you're a singer, any type of musician, an artist, a poet, anything that you want to do artistically, Triangle Entertainment Worldwide can help you. They can assist you be a better you. They provide services such as video and photo shoot production, talent management consultation, label shopping, performance bookings, CD duplication and artwork, Reverb Nation services, logo designs, press kit creations, bio write-ups, legal services, radio placements, product placements, mixtape hostings, and a whole assortment of other services. If you want to contact Triangle Entertainment Worldwide, simply log on to their website, www.teworldwide.com, or you can call 704-774-6212. Again, that website is www.teworldwide.com, or the phone number 704-774-6212. CEO Gerald Robinson has artists such as Trez Falsetto, Sam Harmonix. Look those two guys up, and those are examples of what Triangle Entertainment Worldwide can do for you. Triangle Entertainment Worldwide, making you a better you. Let's get back to the show. I told you I'm back. I feel good, man. Tony has done it again. I feel good. Yeah. All right, that's enough. That's all the singing that I'll do on this episode, man. I love singing it, even though I can't sing. As a child, man, my mom made us be in the choir at church, man. We were in the Rising Stars. My cousin Tiny sang all the solos, but, we were great backup singers, man. Shout out to my cousin Tiny, man. Shout out to Pilgrim Baptist Church, too, man. Grew up in the church, man. You got to grow up in the church if you're from the South, right? But I digress. All right, man. Now, before the break, we were talking about the NBA playoffs. We were going to talk about the NBA playoffs. I'm going to start in the Western Conference, man. The Western Conference Finals has already kicked off. You got the Golden State Warriors taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, when the season started and throughout the season, these were the top two teams in the Western Conference. They were the teams with the best records in the Western Conference. Now, the Golden State Warriors, they have had little trouble in the playoffs, man. They've swept their first two opponents. They've actually, trailed very little in the first two rounds of the playoffs. Now, the San Antonio Spurs, they've also had a great run in the playoffs, just dispatched the Houston Rockets in 6 games. So game 1 of the Western Conference Finals was this past Sunday. It was on Mother's Day. And lo and behold, San Antonio was actually winning this game. I turned the game on. It was Mother's Day. Saturday we had a cookout at the house. I wouldn't say a little get together. We had a cookout and a party for my daughter for her first birthday. So Sunday we took it easy. I got up, took the wife and the kid to breakfast. We tried to go to one of my wife's favorite spots in Cary, North Carolina, but it was packed. I'm like, man, why is it packed on Sunday? I mean, I know it's Mother's Day, but this is like, early in the morning. Why is it packed? But it was Mother's Day, so we ended up going to another spot to eat. And, when we came back, we chilled around the house for a second. All three of us, me, my daughter and my wife, we all, fell asleep. We took a nap. I fell asleep watching the Warriors and the Spurs, and when I fell asleep, to my surprise, San Antonio was up by 20 points in the first quarter. So I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was the fourth quarter. It's about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Golden State was down like 4 points when I woke up. So I didn't know what happened, and as I scrambled to find out and see how San Antonio blew a 20-point halftime lead, I come to find out that, Kawhi Leonard had sustained an ankle injury in the third quarter when San Antonio was up by 23 points. But let me give you a little backdrop on, Kawhi's injured ankle. He injured that same ankle against the Houston Rockets in the previous series. So Kawhi Leonard actually missed the closeout game for the Spurs, game 6, when they beat the Rockets. They beat the Rockets by 39 points but I digress. I'm going to get into that later in the last segment, bruh, for real, but I digress. So Kawhi had already banged up his ankle in the previous series, but he played in game 1 in this Western Conference Finals versus Golden State. Zaza Pachulia, one of the dirtiest players in the NBA, in my humble. There's evidence, there's tape, there's receipts, as the kids say. There's receipts on Zaza Pachulia. So Zaza Pachulia closing out on Kawhi Leonard on a jump shot in the third quarter, slides up under Kawhi, conveniently slides under him. Kawhi comes down on Pachulia's foot, twists his ankle. He's out for the remainder of the game. When Kawhi Leonard got hurt, San Antonio was up by 23 in the third quarter. Golden State proceeds to go on a hellacious run. Steph Curry, he is Steph Curry. He's Chef Curry. He has a deadly jump shot. But, come on. San Antonio's up 23 when Kawhi Leonard gets hurt. Leonard goes down. Golden State comes back. Steph Curry ends up with 40 points. KD ends up with 34 points. Both of them were clutch. And Golden State comes all the way back and beats San Antonio by the 113-111 score. Now, San Antonio actually, had a lead late in that game, and it was a possession late in the game where Golden State was down by 3. San Antonio had 2 chances to get defensive rebounds. They could not corral the rebound. Steph Curry hits a 3 to tie the game up, and then KD comes down and scores in transition to put Golden State up by 2, and they never trailed again. They came away again with that 113-111 victory to take game 1. Zaza Pachulia, you are known for your rough and tumble play. You took Kawhi Leonard out of the game. I don't know if you did it on purpose. It didn't look like, you did it on purpose. It looked very sneaky. It looked like a wily veteran knowing what he was doing. But San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich seems to think otherwise, and this is what he had to say a day after possibly losing Kawhi Leonard for the remainder of this Western Conference Finals.
Pop, how much more difficult is it without him, obviously, against a team?
Come on, man. How much more difficult is it? How would it be if Curry didn't play? How much more difficult would that be? I'm not a happy camper, but that's a silly question. A 2-step lead with your foot closeout is not appropriate. It's dangerous. It's unsportsmanlike. It's just not what anybody does to anybody else. And this particular individual has a history with that kind of action. You can go back and look in Dallas games where he got a flagrant 2 for elbowing Patty Mills. The play where he took Kawhi down and locked his arm in Dallas and could have broken his arm. Ask David West, his current teammate, how things went when Zaza was playing for Dallas and he and David got into it. And then think about the history he's had and what that means to a team, what happened last night. A totally unnatural closeout that the league has outlawed years ago and pays great attention to it. And Kawhi's not there. And you want to know how we feel about it. You want to know if that lessens our chances or not. We're playing very possibly the best team in the league. We don't know what's going to happen in the East. And 9.75 people out of 10 would figure the Warriors will beat the Spurs. Well, we've had a pretty damn good season. We've played fairly well in the playoffs. I think we're getting better. And we're up 23 points in the third quarter against Golden State. And Kawhi goes down like that. And you want to know if our chances are less, and you want to know how we feel, that's how we feel.
Yeah, man. Greg Popovich was pretty fired up in that news conference he had the day after possibly losing Kawhi Leonard, his star player for the San Antonio Spurs for the rest of this Western Conference Finals. Now, it's going to be up to players like LaMarcus Aldridge. He's got to be a monster if San Antonio has any chance of beating the Golden State Warriors. Manu Ginobili. Ginobili is old as Methuselah. He has to play big. Patty Mills, he has to play big. Now, Patty Mills is already replacing Tony Parker, future Hall of Fame point guard Tony Parker, who San Antonio lost for the playoffs with a torn quadriceps muscle in that Houston Rockets series as well. Pau Gasol, he has to play big for the San Antonio Spurs. Danny Green has to play big for the San Antonio Spurs. Man, the Spurs, they're in some trouble, man, if Kawhi Leonard, can't come back, and if Kawhi Leonard can't come back and be relatively effective if he is able to come back. And it just seems like Golden State, it seems like they're on a mission to make it back to the NBA Finals. We all know that, Golden State had one of the most successful regular seasons, actually the most successful regular seasons when it comes to wins last year. They broke the Chicago Bulls record for most wins in a regular season, but they couldn't, close the deal by winning the NBA Finals. They lost to the Cavs in 7 games in the finals, man. So it looks like Golden State is going to be able to, I don't know, man. I don't want to get ahead of myself and not give San Antonio a chance to beat Golden State. But if Kawhi Leonard is not playing, or he's not at least 90%, I just can't see how San Antonio will be able to beat Golden State, man. Golden State got weapons, bruh. They have KD, they have Steph. Klay Thompson can go off at any time. Draymond Green's a great player. They got players, man, and Golden State seems like, they are on a mission. So, good luck to San Antonio, man. I know it sucks if you're a San Antonio Spurs fan, man. My brother Pierre, his wife Melody, she's a big San Antonio Spurs fan, so I know she's got to be pretty upset, with Kawhi Leonard possibly being out for the rest of the playoffs. I don't know, man. Science is really good now, and players, they heal a lot faster than they used to. But ankle sprains are tricky, man. You need your ankle to play basketball. You got to cut. You got to, you need that mobility. So I don't know if Kawhi Leonard is going to be able to come back and be effective in the series. If he's not, I don't give San Antonio a snowball's chance in hell of winning this series, this Western Conference Finals. So if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, man, you got to feel lucky to come away with that Game 1 win, because usually if a underdog is going to win a game in a series, is going to be Game 1, and San Antonio came really close. They came real close to winning Game 1, but Golden State was able to pull it out, and now Kawhi Leonard is hurt, so I don't know, man. Golden State they're sitting pretty right now. But that remains to be seen. The playoffs, that's why you play the game. You never know what's going to happen, but again, it's looking real shady aftermath for the San Antonio Spurs. That's the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to take this break. We're going to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals when we come back. We finally know who LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to play in the Eastern Conference Finals, but we'll take this commercial break. Don't go anywhere, but if you do go, come right back. You're listening to the All Things Sport podcast on Spreaker Radio. Damian Banks here for Austin Davenport Construction. If you're a new homeowner, old homeowner, or whatever the case may be, if you need work done on your home, look no further than Austin Davenport Construction. Austin Davenport Construction offers services such as building and repairing foundations, brickwork, home repair, waterproofing. Whatever you need, chances are Austin Davenport Construction can hook you up. If you need backsplash in the kitchen, they got you. If you want to get the roof work done, they got you. If you want new tile in the kitchen, they got you. New tile in the bathroom, I'm pretty sure they can hook you up. So if you want to get your new home worked on, you want to get your old home worked on, whatever you need, Austin Davenport Construction has your back. To contact Austin Davenport Construction, call 919-690.